Yes, my people, welcome back to Danny AFC TV. What is good in the hood? Man, this is definitely going to be a difficult show, isn't it? A Man City v Arsenal reaction. Without being rude, it's kind of hard work, guys. First of all, please get the likes on the video. Do be subscribing if you're new. Shouts out to Luco. Can I come on? Evening, Luca. You okay? I'm watching Spurs against United. Once that ends, I'll be here. Shouts out to you, Manny. Absolute real one. Absolutely love that, guys. Um, Boy, the main question for tonight: how are Arsenal going to finish the season? Is it going to be now a outright, I don't know, meltdown, and like thank fuck we're kind of clear, as in nothing can really go too wrong. You would imagine regarding Arsenal finishing in the top four race. Do you know what I mean? Newcastle again, absolutely shouts out to them. Shouts out to my Newcastle friend as well. Wow, they carry on. Isaac is still scoring. Do you know what I mean? If Isaac comes off, then Wilson will come on and score. It's pretty incredible. Shouts out to Newcastle, man. Like, I don't know, everyone's sort of like, Arteta has done so well. Do you know what I mean? Eddie Howe has gone to a team who's been in a relegations battle literally for probably over 10 seasons in a row with no Wembley finals, nothing. Do you know what I mean? They didn't win the Wembley final, but do you know what? They never went on a meltdown and a collapse, you know? They've maintained their league form. Absolutely shouts out to them. Like, what a turnaround that is. Aston Villa possibly could get European football. Like, do you know what I mean? Outstanding performances from their managers, considering they've literally just walked in the door, which at some time tonight will lead me to Mikel Arteta. You know, how much of a amazing job, really and truly, has he done since he walked into our club? You know, um, as of yet, never ever made it to Champions League football. Even though I'm sure we're going to get Champions League final football finally this season, but you know, no FA Cup run, no League Cup run, always out of Europe early. Do you know what I mean? It's the only thing to play for, like last season, but we still bottled top four. Guys, I've still got people aiming at me, whether it's Twitter's, whether it's, I don't know, it could be any social media in the world, saying that basically we've punched above our weight. Who subscribes to this "we've punched above our weight" routine, guys? Like, I just don't get it. Who is with me, guys? Please get a massive like on the video. Do be subscribing if we is new. Let's try and get a few people in the building. Shouts out to Manny though, real one. Where's the boys from the group? Hopefully they'll be jumping in any minute. Do you know what I mean? My brothers from the group, as you do. Where is my Twitter group? It's disappeared from me. It's absolutely gone missing. All right, forget the Twitter group then. Guys, who is with me? Please put a like on the video. Do be subscribing if you is new. Yeah, where do we go from here? It's Chelsea next. All right. It's like they're on their own record-breaking season. Frank Lampard has come in. Is it five in a row without defeat? Like, that there is just, what do you say to that? That there is just unbelievable. Like really? There's nothing really you can say against that. So if we weren't to beat Chelsea at home, that there is just pathetic. But why do I get worried? Why can I feel Mudrak coming after us? Hold on, guys. Lee Akers is in the building. Absolute real one. What is good? Let me jump off the phone. Lee, how do we describe last night's game in a few words? Without being overly dramatic, where do we go from here? Like, as in, I would like a massive throw of the dice in the transfer window in the summer. Like, do you know what I mean? I'd like us to show that ambition that sometimes Arsenal Football Club kind of lack. Do you know what I mean? Declan Rice, like, why do I feel this isn't going to be done? And as I've already said, Arsenal seem to distance themselves. They seem to be distancing themselves from Declan Rice. He was at the Emirates the other night at the FA Youth Cup. Do you know what I mean? Signing shirts, looking all happy amongst Arsenal and West Ham fans, respectively. From everything, from body language, from everything that's written in the press and so on, it actually does seem like Declan Rice wants to join us. Moses Caicedo, he's a never guy. Do you know what I mean? He's still liking everything on social media that Arsenal do. We didn't get him in January. Let's not even get into the whys and the means. Shouts out to UE, Acres, all the real ones in the chat. Mate, again, are you trying to be like ... Laugh out loud. Do you know what I mean? Come on. How realistic is that, bruv? You've seen our January window, UE. Come on, bro. You've seen our January window. How realistic is honestly that? Last night, boy, Salcedo and Tilda. See, mate, I would go to sleep a very happy gooner tonight if I had any belief that that was actually happening. Do you know what? I actually did. That's why I just said one word for last night, and I went abhorrent. What? I don't really get it myself, and I'm not Turkish, brother. Means it's the type of performance to inspire. All right, Lee's jumping out, bringing out words for this. Go on with the vocabulary, Elite Acres, my real one. But again, guys, do you really see this happening? Word on road is Liverpool, obviously, as we all know, have distanced themselves from Jude Bellingham, but they've made it public and very clear they still need 2 central midfielders. Bryce, Caicedo, do you know what I mean? And similar to Arsenal, I think that's exactly the type of midfielders that Liverpool need, do you know what I mean? We're now looking again at the Real Sociedad duo, this Martin Zubimendi. Why do I feel we might go for Zubimendi? Do you know what I mean? Guys, please get the likes on the video. Do be subscribing if you is new. So again, Moses Caicedo, just to try and wrap this one up, he's still liking everything social media that Arsenal put out there. He likes this. If the under-21s are going to play, he'll like that post. Do you know what I mean? Come on, this isn't the usual thing professional footballers do, unless they're trying to put it out there they want to join your club. Thing is, Caicedo, just like Mikhailo Mudryk, guys, and I know you hate me reminding you about this, I want to play for Arsenal. I love Arsenal, you know what I mean? Zinni's my best friend, blah, 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 blah. I would bleed to play for Arsenal. What did he do? Chelsea bid. 9 hours later, the deal was done. The agreement was in place. Medicals passed. Don't believe what people say. Do you know what I mean? Even if he wants to play for Arsenal, if Chelsea come calling, he'll do it, no matter what position they're in. Even if he was the 15th signing off that January window. Do you know what I mean? So, guys, real ones, what do you think? Tielemans is better than Jorginho? He probably is, brothers. But for me now, as I've always said, we need top shelf players. Do you know what I mean? As I've always said, and I'm not even sure if our real one here and our brotherly Acres agreed with me. January wasn't good enough. There were medium shelf players at very best. Do you know what I mean? Players that couldn't, or maybe Jacob did, I don't really know or care, but players that couldn't get into their own respective teams, players that wasn't wanted by their respective clubs. You know what I mean? I think it's a bit of a joke. I've said it before, Zinni and Jesus, Arsenal fans are on this jizz fest about them. They change the mentality. They bring the winning mentality from Man City to Arsenal. Where was it last night? Just saying. Do you know what I mean? You know? And I still believe with all my heart, if Saliba played last night, I'm not saying we would have won or even drew. But all that jumping around and looking like dickheads at the back, I fully believe would not have happened, guys. Do you know what I mean? A real one from the group, Mr. Hussein Juma, he says, you know what I mean? We need 5, 6, 7 players. I don't think it's that deep. It's a few smart signings. Something at right centre-back or right-back has to happen. Personally, I'd bring in a quality right-back if one is out there, do you know what I mean? And is available enough, do you know what I mean? To Arsenal's flipping financial fucking reach. But a right-back, do you know what I mean? Ben White should be battling Saliba. So if Saliba ever did get another injury next season, do you know what I mean? We've got cover. An Arsenal fan on Twitter today, I won't even say his name because I almost pissed myself with absolute laughter, said that Jacob, I'm not sure about him. Okay, I agree. Let's bring back Mari, you know what I mean, and give him a new contract. Why does Arsenal fans think this? Like, do you want me to show it to you right now? Screenshot it to the group, guys. You know I'm not lying. Carl said it to me on Twitter. I almost fell over and dropped my phone. I've just got my fucking iPhone 13 repaired. Look at this. Yeah? I've just got it repaired, the back. Do you know what I mean? I almost dropped it all over again and smashed the screen all over again. Daniel He, shouts out to you. Mate, again, If anyone could give me one good reason why Holding should have played at all this season after last season's fiasco, apart from, please don't just say because Saliba was injured. Like, do anything. We all see what happened last season. Like, again, it wasn't all down to Rob Holding, but a lot of that collapse last season I just put down to that spinning and White Hart Lane. After White Hart Lane, do you know what I mean? It was all over for us, in my opinion. You know? Just like last night was the last chance saloon scenario. You know? If we'd have drew, maybe. If we'd have won, we're back in this race. Do you know what I mean? We all know Man City are better than us, okay, and it hurts to say it. But then buy the players that closes the gap and makes us better than them. Surely. Absolutely surely. Sup, bro? It's time to go, and Arteta took Emery's job. I know, bros. Imagine, do you know what I mean? And again, there's no point denying it. Do you really think Emery, deep down, wasn't absolutely burnt by the decision from Arsenal to sack him? Or don't you think he was deeply upset that Arsenal's board or Raul Sanelli or whoever it was at the time didn't trust in him enough to bring in his own players? Hence why he played Matteo Guendouzi 49 games in a row, the only signing he was allowed to make. So again, bro, if me, you know this, I was shouting all over YouTube about it. I was screaming from White Hart Lane last year, like, sell him, give him away for free. He's no good. Do you know what I mean? Get him the F out of the club. Why this season does he still play? Again, I don't want to open up the can of worms of left foot, right foot. It's pissing me off now. But why can't Jacob, the guy from Poland, why can't he play in Saliba's absence? Do you know what I mean? Man United didn't win the treble based on a centre-half partnership that was left or right-footed. Do you know what I mean? Trust me, guys. Please hit the likes on the video. Mate, it would just be another old signing from Chelsea. If we wanted N'Golo and Kante, we should have done that when we signed Xhaka. Do you know what I mean? Good evening, Linda. Just saw Spurs mug off United. Again, who cares? Too little, too late. I doubt they get there anywhere near the top four. Newcastle ain't having none of it. I've just noticed. Be quiet, man. Like I want to know. I think we need a striker too, bro. Osimhen needed. But exactly, bros. Arsenal, do we have that ambition? Again, it's not me being negative or anything, but Mikhailo Mudryk style, yeah? What happened? We were doing the deal for months. As the president and the owner of the club said, we negotiated with Arsenal for 8 months, yeah? And he admitted Arsenal, in terms of outright the down payment, got pretty much level with Chelsea. He said it was the 30 million add-ons or 20 million in add-ons that Arsenal absolutely tried to take the piss. Do you know what I mean? So again, when a bigger club, or again, it doesn't matter, bigger club, like, are Chelsea really bigger than Arsenal? Look at their league positioning. Do you know what I mean? They're not even going to get European football this season. They've lost 5 in a row under their new manager. Their 6th game is against Arsenal. Why am I panicking, thinking their fortunes might change against Arsenal at the Emirates? Why should we be thinking like, or me be thinking like this? I don't believe it's Cam, guys. That's what I mean. I'm just not even going to pin it today. There you go. I don't believe it's Cam. Like, it couldn't be. It doesn't make sense. Again, exactly. But I've been saying this since Willian, Luis, Gallas, Peter Cech. You know what I mean? You know? But we keep doing it again and again. And if N'Golo Kante doesn't accept a contract extension at Chelsea, do you know what I mean? We don't even know, well, probably Pochettino, do you know what I mean? He ain't no idiot. He'll duck. He'll probably go PSG or somewhere else in France, do you know what I mean? And relax. Do you know what I mean? If he wants to earn a massive wage, he'll probably come to Arsenal. Why wouldn't it surprise me if Arsenal actually did go in for him? Why do I feel Arsenal, do you know what I mean, could go for another 29-year-old at Chelsea? All right, I know it's a couple of years younger than Jorginho, but Raheem Sterling, yeah? He earns like 300 grand a week at Chelsea. He's money motivated. We can't even draw up the pennies at the bank, you know what I mean, to give Saliba a new contract. Let's be real. So why would we go and give Sterling 250, 300 grand a week? Again, let's see. All right, Cam, if it's you, tell me which area you live in. You know what I mean? I'm not asking for postcode. No one's trying to stalk or anything. But again, there's particular reasons, as the real Cam would know why I'm saying this. You know what I mean? Tell me which area you live in, Cam, just out of interest. But guys, please hit the likes on the video. Do be subscribing if you're new. Do be subscribing if you're new. A couple of bits of Arsenal information. Again, I believe nothing just till deal's done. But Arsenal, why are we now seemingly, according to a lot of press and internet gossip columns, we are seriously considering offering Zaha a 3 or 4 year deal. Again, for me, this wouldn't be the worst signing. I think he would be a better player than what Trossard is at the club. Do you know what I mean? I'm still confused. I still, before I go to sleep every night, think about why did we buy Trossard? Why did we sign Jorginho? Why did we sign this Jacob kid? You know what I mean? Bruz, yes, very good athlete. Similar to the kid at Southampton, Romeo Lavea, Chelsea, Man United, and Arsenal allegedly are looking at this kid. Do you know what I mean? But again, can we just deal with this point? Can we compete with the so-called big top 4, top 6, top 20 teams in terms of, it's not even just money, like it's ambition. Like, again, Arsenal do it time and time again. We went for Mudrak, we got mugged off by Chelsea. So what do? Help them out with financial fair play and give them 12 million for a guy that's out of contract in 6 months. I will never understand the Jorginho signing. And as I said, yeah, I was the first person to say it. We won't win the league now. Do you know what I mean? But anyway, Zaha, what do you think, guys? PSG are watching the Saliba situation very seriously. So too are Barca and Real Madrid. What do you think, guys? The 53 million release clause of Sporting CP. What, did we like this guy when they battered us at the Emirates and knocked us out of the Europa League? His name is Manuel Ugarte. He's got a 53 million release clause. Like, see, again, even from Portugal now, I'm scared of players. Let's look up that idiot Vieira. 35 million wasted. What I want from Arsenal this summer, yeah? Do you know what I mean? At minimum, don't waste money on 35 million pound Vieiras. Do you know what I mean? Or 20 million pound Jacobs or 12 million pound Jorginhos. Do you know what I mean? Add all that money up. That there, like Daniel He, the real one, said, that's Victor Osimhen money. That's probably why we can't go for Osimhen. That's why we can't go for Jude Bellingham. Yeah? Because we spend 35 million on Vieira, 20 million on Jacob, 30 million on Trossard. That's 85 mil. Throw in Jorginho, that's almost 100 mil, guys. On waste, guys. We've been linked with the Brazilian kid again. As I said, by the weekend, we could know his destination. I don't know if that's a bit premature. Man United are allegedly in the race. Chelsea allegedly are pulling back and just watching the scenario. And then there's Barca, because they lost out to Real Madrid on Endrick. But his name is Victor Roque. He's 18. We're linked with another Brazilian midfielder. I said it last week. He plays for, his name is Franca. He plays for Flamengo. He's 19 years old. Rice seemingly wants to join Arsenal. He was at the Arsenal stadium the other night, along with the real one UE, signing autographs and shirts and also all sorts. Lee Akers, did you happen to see the documentary with Emi Martinez on, was it Sky Premier League last night? Basically saying, yeah, cool, I was stunned when I was told, you know what I mean? I'm not number one, and they were picking this waste man Leno over me. But yeah, Matthias Franca, 19, Flamengo midfielder. Has Eddie got it in him to sign a couple of Brazilian kids on the cheap? Who are realistic targets for number 9? Again, bruvs, it depends, and I don't want to sound obvious, but it depends on the budget, bruvs. And mainly, and definitely mainly, it depends on the club's actual ambition. Do you know what I mean? I'm sure Victor Osimhen wouldn't turn us down. Let's just say it was between Arsenal and Chelsea for Victor Osimhen. Yeah? Even if Chelsea have got Pochettino at the helm, yeah? Pochettino's still going to want to sign a few players, whether he sells people or not. Yeah? Chelsea's squad, as, what was it, the Brazilian guy come out and said the other day, the centre-half, the squad is too big. It unbalanced us. We had to make the changing room bigger in January. Like, what kind of shit is that, guys? Making the changing room bigger. Imagine how all the players that are not in a 25-man Premier League or Champions League squad, how they all felt. Badiashile pretty much playing for Chelsea in the Premier League now. He won in the Champions League squad. You have to ask yourself who makes these decisions. But you have to ask yourself, why would Mikhailo Mudrak and his team and representatives, seeing this all going on, tell their client to sign for Chelsea rather than Arsenal? So it just goes to show, guys, time waits for no one. Do you think we'll have all summer to wait for Declan Rice or Moses Caicedo? Moses Caicedo can like every post Arsenal put out there on social media. But if Liverpool, Chelsea, Man U come in for him, you know what I mean? Do you think he's going to have any time to show that love to Arsenal now? There's only so long human beings and professionals can wait. Do you know what I mean? They might admire the club. They might like how we play football, or they might like it because, you know what I mean, we're in London. But it's kind of obvious for me the signings we need. A right back, do you know what I mean? Seriously. And a damn good one at that. Do you know what I mean? Put Tommy Yasu out of his misery and Ben White. Seriously, I don't know. I've never got it or liked him. Do you know what I mean? Is he a right back or a centre back? Why, when the Saliba injury come along, why couldn't the dickhead go back to centre back? But more to the point, why would Arteta persist with holding? Oh, my day, mate. Again, honestly, without trying to sound too dramatic, like I couldn't even go work today. You know what I mean? Arsenal pissed me off to that level. Even though I said it was coming. I knew what was on the way. A 3 or 4-1 defeat. Do you know what I mean? And certain players not turning up. You know what I mean? Exactly, man. Arsenal pisses me off with transfers. We suck at transfers. Always takes way too long to get a deal over the line. Yeah, again, like Mikhailo Mudryk. Do you know what I mean? And again, it will happen in the summer. Yeah, players won't wait to join us. You know what I mean? No matter who they are. We need a winger badly. You know, are we going to address that in the summer? Saka and Martinelli, as we've seen this season, can't go and have that perfect 38-game season. They need a break, or you need to account for injuries, you know? As I said, Trossard, Jorginho, Jacob won't get us over the line. What do we do with Jacob now? Should we get a Van Indica? Do you know what I mean? For me, honestly, there is a few positions needing to be filled. Can we do it all in one summer? I feel we need a striker, yeah? But if the board, the management, and Edu didn't think we needed a striker in January when we're top of the table, you know what I mean? When our number 9 was injured, I don't think they're going to see it as a priority in the summer. I'm beyond caring. I know what you mean, bros, but again, deep down, I'm sure you don't mean it. It's Arsenal. Party's playing like going to Isle of Man for 13 years. It's on his mind. Well, again, we all knew about these Cosby rumours in January. Do you know what I mean? So again, sign a significant midfielder, you know? And for me, even though Brighton didn't want to sell, there's levels out here. Do you know what I mean? It could have got done and pushed through. Even the Zegri, their manager, come out and said, you know what, I'd rather have him to the end of the season, but I'm ready to go on to the end of the season without Caicedo. We should have persisted. What's this? John Arby, ouch, man. Ouch, 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 indeed. Was it the McDonald's and Angel earlier? They run out of straws. What's that all about? Wow, wow, wow. That is slack, man. Big chain like that. What's the last 2 words there? Bohemia. Bohemia. Phil still blowing bubbles? Up the mighty West Ham? Of course, of course. Do you know what I mean? Who have you got in that Europa Conference League? Who could realistically stop you from winning it? Party. UE. So what's the answer, guys? What is the answer? Again, I don't really know too much about Martin Zubimendi, but why do I feel... Why is my phone blowing up? Why do I feel he is not the answer? Wow. Oh my gosh. Guys, please get the likes on the video. Do be subscribing if you're new. What is good in the hood? Just contact Bayern and Ibrahimovic. They won't play him anyway. Maybe a steal for us. Yeah, I hear around £20 million. But again, not that I know. And again, time don't wait for no one. But he was pictured after being linked with Arsenal and Liverpool recently, wearing a Liverpool shirt. So for me, you know what I mean? That's like a little hint. I'd rather go Liverpool. It doesn't mean we should just jump out of a deal if we really want him or think he's the answer. But again, bruvs, I believe fully there is bigger and better players out there and more to that sort of, they do more of the job that we actually need, you know? Look how magnified it is when Partey doesn't play well, yeah? There's no one that steps up to the plate in centre mid, yeah? Granit Xhaka, people scream about this. Mate, again, Man City won't do that, bruv. Do you know what I mean? Man City wouldn't do that. I'm telling you all now, West Ham will beat Man City 2-1. What do you mean, night? Don't you dare go nowhere. Guys, please hit the likes on the video. Do be subscribing if we is new. Do be subscribing if we is new, my real ones. Where is everyone from the group? Absolutely blasphemous. Guys, can anyone see Man City getting beat by West Ham? Nate Landerhead, you know what I mean, eh? Twitter's blowing up, always at the wrong time, as usual. Shouts out to Carl. Oh, mate. What are you smoking, mate? What are you smoking? That's what I'm really thinking. But do you know what I mean? I suppose stranger things that happen. But for me, honestly, yeah, Man City, do you know what I mean? They're a world-class team. This is the business end of the season, you know what I mean? What they didn't need is with games coming up against Real Madrid in the Champions League, they didn't need to be in a battle to win the Premier League, you know what I mean? They could have, they were delighted, obviously, with Arsenal's little meltdown. Up the mighty Hammers. We want some Rob Holding bars, bruvs. Oh, mate, I'd get too deep with this geezer. I'd say way too much. Seriously, I'd cuss him out, honestly. Like, give me one good reason why this fool is at my club. One good reason, do you know what I mean? Feel Arsenal still going to win the league. But bars for Holding, I don't know. If he cared about his performances rather than his head, you know what I mean? Seriously, you're going to start seeing him put them armbands on and everything if he already isn't. Arsenal are still going to win the league. We want bars for Holding. The man went bald, went to the shop, bought some hair. Basically, Arteta has changed the culture for the worst. A bunch of shellfish players in his squad who need to be thrown out. Players who care more about stats and social media than the team. You know what I mean? Boy, he's bought the players again. Is it simpler just to call them yes men? People that abide by the Arteta law, the Arteta rules, the Arteta way of seeing things. Do you know what I mean? And we've seen it with Uber or Guendouzi. Do you know what I mean? If someone doesn't subscribe to that, you know what I mean? They'll have to be loaned out and sacked and sold, for instance. Do you know what I mean? Manny has left me. Damn. Manny Sharon has left me. Hey, everyone. What's going up? How you doing, brother? Guys, please hit the likes on the video. Do be subscribing if you're new. Almost half an hour in. So, what do you think will happen in the remainder of the season? Do we just, quietly bounce along, trying to maintain our top 4 place? Do we keep losing and give Newcastle a chance of even finishing second over us? Do you know what I mean? Because the last few games, again, doesn't fill me with confidence. Southampton, ridiculous at home, you know? West Ham, just wasn't good enough. Then challenge for the title again. Blew their chance. To be honest with you, bruvs, I can see this happening as well. And here's my reason. When we are in a 6-game league phase in the Champions League with quality teams, like imagine, yeah, we won't be seeded probably. Do you know what I mean? We're going to get the group from hell. Imagine PSG, Milan, Bayern Munich. You know what I mean? Number one, we know we won't be able to get out of that group. Do you know what I mean? But it's 6 tough games, home and away. and then we'll probably end up struggling on Saturday after the Wednesday Champions League exhaustion. Do you know what I mean? Saka looks tired at the best of times. Again, it's why do I have no faith in Arteta as in like January again? That's why I keep looking back to January and keep fucking moaning on about it. This was his test as a manager for me. Do you know what I mean? You need players to get you over the line. You've been blessed by God. We're in a title race. Do you know what I mean? For the first time in how long? Yeah. You should have run with it. You should have bought a couple of players that could have tried to push us over the line. The guy that made the difference. Why spend 50 odd million on 3 idiots? Just get one idiot with that fucking 50 million pounds. Do you know what I mean? The next TikTok video, it might be later on actually, bruv, even though it is a little bit late. It could be later on. I've seen it's had decent views. It's getting a few likes and that. Do you know what I mean? And it was just a quick hello, how are you? So yeah, bruvs, I'm going to have to get into that TikTok. Yeah. Well, again, bruvs, I did say, again, it was going to happen. The inevitable would happen. Again, yeah, look at Guendouzi against Tottenham. Do you know what I mean? Swearing out the car window. Do you know what I mean? He couldn't help himself. Do you know what I mean? I'm not saying Uber is the greatest character in the world, but you're the guy that gave him a massive 350 grand a week deal. You're the guy that made him your captain. You know what I mean? But I've been saying that since we bought them. Do you know what I mean? Honestly. Again, similar to Chelsea. At least, obviously, they never mugged us off with old 31 and 38-year-olds like Jorginho and David Luiz and whatnot. And Jorginho. But, you know what I mean? They weren't giving us players that were going to, you know what I mean, change the club, change the face of our wonderful football club. Zinchenko goes missing at the best of times. Do you know what I mean? Why wouldn't you have just thrown him in at right back and put KT at left back as well? That's another thing with Arteta. Do you know what I mean? Even though Emil Smith-Rowe got on for a minute or two last night, you know what I mean? It's blatantly obvious when someone's on like the naughty boy step, you know what I mean? He doesn't give them minutes, do you know what I mean? Why wouldn't you play Emil Smith-Rowe ever? Do you know what I mean? See again, bruvs. I blame him a little bit from last night. Like, De Bruyne's world class, but from outside the area, do you know what I mean? Any class goalkeeper or international for me, do you know what I mean? Shouldn't be letting a shot literally along the floor slide in. Do you know what I mean? He's pissing me off, mate. What can I say? But again, yeah, this is why Pickford is England's number 1. This is why Pope is probably number 2. Look at Newcastle, yeah? Wonderful season, yeah? The one letdown, what was it? The League Cup final. Again, I believe if they had Pope that day, it could have been a very different story. Do you know what I mean? But that they had the guy that fucking ruined Liverpool's Champions League final. Do you know what I mean? Carrias or something. You know what I mean? That was bad luck. I think Newcastle could have won the cup there. Do you know what I mean? And it puts Arteta's so-called greatness into perspective. How come Eddie Howe can get to a cup final? How come we can get top 4 so quick? How come Ten Hag can come in, win a trophy, get top 4 so quick in his first season? You know what I mean? To be honest with you, Pepe, I would have rather had him as a, do you know what I mean, than a Trossard as a backup to Martinelli and whatever. Guendouzi, I totally agree with. Willock, he was very hit and miss. Do you know what I mean? He needed that confidence. He needed to be loved, an arm around him, told you are the greatest guy and the player in the world. Do you know what I mean? Lacazette, I definitely disagree with. Mate, there's just levels out here for me. Lacazette is good in France. He was good before we signed him in France, and he's good again. But again, mate, there wasn't a stampede for his signature. He was on a free. Borussia Dortmund love a free transfer. Juventus love a free transfer. AC Milan love a free transfer. Do you know what I mean? Why did no one from the Premier League try and get him? Yeah? He didn't go to the biggest team in France. Do you know what I mean? It couldn't have been about wages. Yeah? He's on a free, mate. Do you know why no one wanted him? Because he's fucking shit. You know what I mean? Like Pepe, again, that was more attitude. Guendouzi, attitude. Willock, I have no idea what it was. Do you know what I mean? But what did he replace Guendouzi with? You know what I mean? What? Lokonga? Idiot. Do you know what I mean? He was a central midfielder himself. Why shouldn't he be able, why can't he identify a good central midfielder? What the fuck was Jorginho about? Do you know what I mean? Stop the regime. How are we, the Spanish Tony Pulis? Guys, please get the likes on the video. Do be subscribing if you're new. And that's what I believe, mate. But the thing is, if you don't give him no minutes and you show the whole world, do you know what I mean, that you disrespect and don't give a F about the player, you devalue him. Do you know what I mean? You literally devalue the guy. Again, like I think was it John Arby said last night, why did we turn down 16 million from Wolverhampton Wanderers for Nathan Miles? He's walking out on a free now. Do you know what I mean? But anyway, guys, who can we realistically make money off? Holding, I'd give him away, but even if we got 5 million, I'll take it. Would you sell KT? He's linked with Newcastle, 25, 30 million pound. Emil Smith Rowe, I'm sure is sellable. Maybe 20 million pound. 25 million as he's English, you know what I mean? We know what it's like trying to sign English talent. Mate, stranger things have happened. But imagine if Mudrak, out of nowhere, decides to have the game of his life if he's selected. Again, bruvs, all I want now is just the correct signings. I'd rather no one than wasting the 52 million like we did in January. Yeah. Again, what is the main targets? Yeah. I think a winger is needed. A central midfielder is needed. Yeah. I'd like to. Do you know what I mean? I can't see us doing it. We really should sell Lokonga, sell Jorginho, sell Exaka. Do you know what I mean? I'm bringing two central midfielders. But I'm not an idiot and it would be unrealistic. So, one central midfielder definitely needed. One winger definitely needed. And it's either a centre back or a right back. And why I say either one, because if you bought a right back, for example, that was good enough to be in the first team, yeah, Ben White can battle with Saliba to be a centre back. Do you know what I mean? Tommy Yasu can be the backup bitch, whatever you like. Do you know what I mean? Or get that fresh end air or whatever from Real Valladolid. He's only valued at about 15 million. Surely 15 million isn't out of reach. And then buy a quality right back also, sell Tommy Yasu, Ben White goes back to the centre. Do you know what I mean? Left-footed centre back. Again, Arteta is stubborn. He doesn't like admitting when he's wrong. Rob Holding, Vieira, etc. What will he do? Will he persevere with him? The Jacob kid, or will he sign a left-footed centre back? He see it necessary to waste £20 million in January. So again, surely you play him or whatnot. Will he go out on loan? No one's going to give us £20 million back. And if he goes out on loan, what then? Do we bring in Ivan Indica or another centre half? We've slightly been linked, as I said. He's a right-footed one though. The Real Sociedad central defender. Exactly, Robs. Exactly. You watching a boxing on the weekend? Who is it? Is it girls? Is it girls? I can't remember. Who is it, mate? But mate, again, I want a world-class manager. Do you know what I mean? Someone that won't bottle it. Someone that has the insight to think, hold on, all right, my January target, if I had one, was going to be this or a central midfielder. Do you know what I mean? But as we're in a title race and Jesus is injured, maybe we need a striker. Again, that's my biggest fear in the summer. We won't identify the areas that we need. Guys, I'm going to spark a zoo real quick. Shouts out to Gemma. And who is boxing? Who is boxing, y'all? What's good? Yo, 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 yo. Guys, about 20 minutes at absolutely tops left of this stream. I've got to pop out, do you know what I mean? Sort out a couple of bits. Who's with me? Get a big, massive like on the video. Do be subscribing if we is new. Chelsea is next. They have lost 5 in a row. They've lost to Bournemouth. They've lost to, is it Brighton? Surely we should be smashing them. You know what I mean? William Zapido, all right. And is it women's also? I've never heard of them. But then again, that boxing the other night, do you remember you told me, was it on Dan's? Or Dan's, whatever you want to call it, the one that kicked off about 4 a.m. That was a damn good fight, mate. I didn't know who none of the boxers was, but it was a good little fight, mate. Do you know what I mean? Definitely worth staying up for. That was weird as well, the way the guy, was it Garcia? The way he actually collapsed in that boxing. I can't believe I stayed. Well, it wasn't. I just couldn't really sleep. So R4, do you know what I mean? Pay-per-view. I watched that boxing on Saturday night. But I think it was Garcia versus some black dude. I can't remember. It looked like Garcia in the first round or two was going to knock the other guy out. And then suddenly, I don't know, it was a weird punch by the black dude. And Garcia, he sort of just stood there for 30 seconds, started walking backwards, and just went down on one knee, and then got counted out of the ring. Yo, T, welcome. How are you, brother? It was definitely decent, bros. So yeah, Saturday I might be covering the boxing. I swear them girls is the one that got beat up, the Newcastle girl, the one that got beat up by Clarissa Shields. Oh God, bros. I hear you, my G. Please get a big like on the video, guys. Please be getting a big like on the video. Do be subscribing if we is new. So again, without going over this point, what is needed if we had a budget that was good enough for 3 players in the summer? Yeah, I think we actually genuinely could sell a couple as well. Do you know what I mean? Turner should piss off. Mari should piss off. Holding should piss off. What's that? 15 million for the free. Tierney, you can get 25 mil. 25. That's 30. That's about 40 mil. Do you know what I mean? I would sell Lokonga 10, 50 mil. I would sell Jorginho 5, 55. You know what I mean? Whatever. What's going to happen with Balogun? Word on road is he's going to be sold. Word on road, he's going to be sold. Why? Do you know what I mean? What happens if the about 25 players we've got out on loan? The Lokongas, the Tavares, another one with an attitude problem. He's been dropped from the Marseille team, I'm hearing, because of his attitude problem, and he can't listen or take instructions. You know what I mean? Again, Tavares, another silly signing. Wow. Ty, I asked Cam. Cam said it wasn't him, but again, when I'm not going to do it live on the stream, do you know what I mean? And blah blah blah. He said it wasn't him. It is a mad mystery. Okay, so the old crabs from Phil. Interesting. First beer of the day, mate. Wow. Licking 11 o'clock, you know what I mean? But yeah, the main positions for me. Do you know what? I'd love a really, really good, solid right back. Who's out there, guys? I'm not sure if I trust this Denzel Dumfries, but I'm sure he's an upgrade on what we've got. What about Hakimi at PSG? Then again, hasn't he got some of one of them sort of Cosby cases hanging over him? Do you know what I mean? He says, "You're so funny, Ty." His second personality has hacked in his account. He's at work. And that is what Cam did say to me. Again, like, I don't know. I was speechless, like, you know what I mean? But whoever it was did come in with the same Cam picture and profile tonight, you know what I mean? One idiot comment. I asked him one question, he bounced, you know what I mean? Who knows? It's a madness. And I'm not saying, Jem, I don't believe Cam or nothing, but who would go to the lengths to hack someone's account to just basically say, I watch Lee Gunner? Um, I don't think, with all respect, he's solid, but I still want a bit better, you know what I mean? See, again, even though stranger things have happened, Ty, you know what I mean? I would say this. I would agree with that 100%. You know what I mean? Basically, again, I don't want to go into it live over the stream, but he said maybe he left his account live open at work or something, and maybe a workmate done it. Do you know what I mean? I don't know. Molina. We were linked with him. I swear he played for Udinese. Outstanding for Argentina in the World Cup win. I get that. I get that. Why am I suspicious of this dude? I don't know. Like, he was a replacement for Trippier, mate. You know what I mean? Tomiyasu, injury prone, mate, like last season. You know what I mean? If that's who you mean, Tomiyasu. You know what, Jem? I don't want to say it doesn't make sense because surely they didn't hack through his phone. He didn't leave his phone at work, did he? Anyway, enough of that. Anyway, exactly. If you can't have, um, yeah, if he can't have his phone, someone else at work got it. It's confusing. If he left it at home, that means it was Gemma. And if it was left at work, I don't know. Me personally, maybe not everyone else is crazy about their phone. Tavernier, which one? The one in England or the one at Rangers? But nah, mate, we need better than that. All right, cool. Yeah, he maybe thought, you know what I mean? If it worked with one English right back, he'll try it again. Carl Walker Peters. Definitely decent right back. Do you know what I mean? I was thinking of that Liveramento who played for Chelsea, but again, he's just disappeared and got injured. Carl Walker's wouldn't be bad, but again, I think we deserve better. I think we need a number one right back. And if we don't, why do you leave it open at work? If he ain't meant to have it, again, confused. Wild Ty, I'm not gonna lie, you've said everything that was on my mind. Walker Peters, again, it's not that I care about who Southgate selects for England, you know what I mean? And England are pretty blessed in the right back department, but he's nowhere near an international. I believe Arsenal need a bigger and better right back than this. Something to finally, do you know what I mean? Put a nail on the position, you know what I mean? And if we get injured, okay, very unfortunate. You have a backup. Ben White, if he was battling Saliba in the centre, could go back to right back. Do you know what I mean? Ah, I see. You're wrong. But go on, let's drop it anyway. Come, I don't want to harass Gemma anyway. But guys, please be getting the likes on the video. Do be subscribing if you're new. About 10 minutes left of this stream. Honestly, guys, again, will Arsenal show the ambition that is needed in the summer window? Do you know what I mean? To keep us in as a top four team, to have a little, you know what I mean? To give us half a chance in the Champions League, etc. Do you know what I mean? That's what we need. Hold on, mate. I'll get back to you in a sec. I'm going to jump off. Oh my god. Shouts out to all runs. Ties in two minds. Of course, brothers. I find it madly confusing. But very quickly, very quickly, Arsenal fans. I know, Phil. Shouts out to you. You've just said Carl Walker Peters. Um, who would be a productive right back signing? Or you leave Ben White and Tomiyasu there. Surely, again, you know what I mean? Tommy could stay a little bit more fitter, but then you must buy a decent right back. Here we go. Here we go. The plot is thickening. Wow, 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 wow. This is getting also very strange. Is that the real Hazard now? Is it the real Hazard? Oh my god. Tyre sent you a pic on Messenger. Who's this? Bless people. I love you, my guy T. Please get a like on the video. That's the same for you, Gemma, Ty, Hazard, anyone that is here. Phil, you also. Please hit the likes on the video. Do be subscribing if you're new. What picture? I didn't see it. It don't even matter anyway. I literally just, fuck knows. I can't believe it. If someone's got that mad amount of time to be, I don't know, jumping into people's accounts, it's a little bit crazy, guys. But yeah, my final thought is Chelsea. People are saying, oh, it's good Arsenal got a few extra days off. We're not playing at the weekend. Why? We shouldn't be exhausted. Let's look at Man City. They've got an FA Cup to still go and win. They've got 2 games against Real Madrid, which is not going to be the easiest task in the world. Do you know what I mean? But we've helped Man City, not just like in the stating the obvious as in win the league, but again, Real Madrid have been a lot tougher fixture for them if they had known, you know what I mean? Arsenal was, you know what I mean, going to give them a proper shout at the race for the title. Yeah, thanks, I'd love to see how well he does in the Champions League. Exactly, bros. And again, mate, just feeling as an MF. Do you know what I mean? I've seen him a few times for Inter Milan, even this season. And he does seem very productive going forward and assisting and all that, like we see with Holland at the World Cup. But again, we need a right back that's actually a right back. Do you know what I mean? That can defend first. So yeah, Denzel Dumfries definitely wouldn't be the choice for me. All right, I'll take a look at that in a minute, people. Shouts out to all the real ones. Please be getting a like on the video. Do be subscribing if you're new. Again, the summer is where it is at for me now. This is what really matters most. Do you know what I mean? As long as we still qualify for the Champions League, it doesn't matter if we're second, third, or fourth. Do you know what I mean? Holding on to second would be very nice. Do you know what I mean? But again, what's the difference between second and third? And if you finish fourth, all right, you have to play a qualifier. So ideally, I don't want to finish fourth. You know what I mean? But as the old saying goes, no one remembers second place. And it is ever so true. Do you know what I mean? As I said, getting beat by Man City 4-1 is one thing. Drawing at Anfield 2-2. It's the other 4 points we gave away. Do you know what I mean? If we was still had, if we didn't draw with Southampton and West Ham and had bagged them 4 points that have gone missing, this is still very much in our hands. And now looking at the form Newcastle are in, the form that Brighton are in, can we really expect to beat these teams? Like real talk, goodness. Do you know what I mean? I'm not so sure. But Manny, shouts out to you, real one. Please get a massive like on the video. Do be subscribing if you're new. I'm half toying with the idea of doing a Man City Real Madrid watch along, bros. What do you think? Oh my god. Oh my god, what an idiot. Guys, that is almost it. 53 on the clock. What have I done? 50. Oh my gosh. That's a dumbass move. Yeah. 53 minutes on the clock. Another couple of minutes left. Mate, again, of course I'll be doing watch alongs. Of course I'll be watching all the Arsenal games to the end of the season. But again, I'm so pissed off. I think, what the hell is the point? Literally, do you know what I mean? But we could go and do a very Arsenal thing and go and put on a little run now between the end of the season. Too little, too late. Do you know what I mean? That would be very typical Arsenal. All for it. I can't wait to see Barcelona. Oh, sorry, Benzema and company, Rip City, a new one. I so hope so, bros. I so hope so. But I don't know. Again, for me, all Man City have to do is get through these 2 legs against Real Madrid, and they're going to do what the owners and what Pep set out to do at Man City and win the Champions League. AC Milan or Inter Milan will not provide the threat that's needed to Man City. So again, this semi-final, Real Madrid, Man City, may as well be the final, mate. I certainly do, mate. You know what I mean? But that's because Man City are an incredible team. Do you know what I mean? Hence why I said we'll get beat 3 or 4-1. You know what I mean? West Ham watch along. I think I'd piss off all the real ones, mate. But all right, if you get to the Conference League final, I guarantee you, I give you my word, Conference League final, yeah, I will definitely cover it. I'll do a live watch along for West Ham versus whoever Declan Rice's last game and all that. Do you know what I mean? So yeah, I most definitely will do that for you, Phil. And I do remember that. Yep, Tottenham 2-0 up again. Team from his defence. Truly, and it isn't a very pet thing, you know what I mean? Left back, he's obviously been throwing everyone in and around, you know what I mean? What it is, he's a bit of a perfectionist, you know what I mean? If someone ain't playing well, he'll drop them, regardless of if they're left-footed, right-footed. You know what I mean? He's put John Stones in midfield. Need I say more? Literally, need I say more, guys? John Stones in midfield. Pep can do these things. Arteta can't. It's incredible. But guys, that is almost it. Arsenal Chelsea watch along. Is it Tuesday or Wednesday, guys? I really hope Lampard doesn't start Uber or Mikhailo Mudryk, because my heart tells me if either of them start, they will ramp with us. Even though they can't do nothing against no one else in the league, I feel they'll well and truly piss us off, which is bang out of order. Final, we'll all be blowing bubbles. Most definitely, mate. And good luck to you. Arsenal Chelsea Friday night. I'm sure it isn't, mate. I'm sure it isn't, mate. No, Tuesday night, 8 o'clock kickoff, man. So this Tuesday, Arsenal Chelsea Friday. No, mate, this Tuesday, and then Sunday away at Newcastle. Then it's Brighton, and then Forest away, and then Wolves. Guys, before I go, my final thought. Yeah, I think we know pretty much who's going to finish in the top four. For me, obviously, Man City, Arsenal, Newcastle, Man United. The relegation race is kind of moving around. You know what I mean? Forest are out of the bottom three now. I had them nailed to go down. Everton, the Sean Ditchy effect. Maybe it was just against Arsenal it worked. You know what I mean? Because they're now in the bottom three. Arsenal, Chelsea score prediction. Well, I take it Saliba is probably going to be out for the season. Any decent manager would drop Holding, not even put him in the match day squad. But I know Holding will still be playing. Why? Even if Tomiyasu was fit, I still feel Holding would be playing. Surely we've got to beat Chelsea. Surely to hell, we've got to beat Chelsea. Bloody hell. And Newcastle 3, Arsenal now. Surely not, mate. Surely not. Chelsea, we should blow off the park. But again, my head tells me 3-0 Arsenal. My heart tells me, yeah, we'll draw or lose. We'll see. I'll tell you when I see the starting 1 to 11. You know what I mean? Again, holding at centre back, I feel we'll lose. You know what I mean? And any of the star boys turn up, the Odegaard, the Martinelli, the Saka, I feel it will probably be okay. As for Newcastle, Arsenal, well, what can you say? The collapse has already happened, mate. 3 draws in a row. Again, Liverpool, I accept 2-2. But West Ham, fuck that. At home to Southampton, fuck that. And as I always said, we would get battered by Man City. And we did. I also said 3 or 4-1. Who is this? This ain't someone trying to wind me up. If you want some, I'll give it to you. I'm glad that Bournemouth won today. 2 more wins and they are safe. I couldn't give a damn about Bournemouth. Really and truly. But yeah, it is fascinating, the relegation race. Jean Hobby, can I make that's a bit strange. What's all that about? Can I make you a link on them profile? What the fuck is a link in them, brother? What weirdness is that? That's a bit strange, isn't it? But stranger things have happened, guys. Anyway, please get a like on the video. Do be subscribing if we is new. It's time to go. Arsenal Chelsea, very much on my mind. Aubameyang, Mikhailo Mudryk, very much on my mind. What else? Frank Lampard. He's lost 5 games in a row. Surely this is an easy 3 points. Go on, John. You can do one, mate, along with your manager. I love it. I at least hope we can draw at St. James's Park 1-1 or 2-2 would suit me fine. Good night, my brother. Again, I think, why don't we just go and get 3 points? You know what I mean? Make sure we stamp in that second place and make sure we finish second. You know what I mean? Keep Newcastle far away from us. Can Arsenal win the league? Absolutely not. Absolutely not. Because the name that you're running with, Monsieur Arteta, Arteta's bottled it again, but he bottled it last season, just like I said he would. We had games in hand over them. We're about 100 points clear. But I also said which team would also chase us down. I said it would be Conte. And bigging up to the chat as always. Of course, nice one, Manny. Big up to you, Manny. Hope you and the family are well. Respect to all of the real ones. Jean RB, Daniel He, Manny, Linda, Lee Akers, UE. Anyone else that's been on the stream today, please get a massive like on the video. Do be subscribing if you is new. Shouts out to everyone that was in the watch along last night. I really did want to do a reaction, but I knew I'd be just effing and blinding, and you know what I mean, it would be ridiculous. Do you know what I mean? And I probably would have upset everyone. Do you know what I mean? Ah, that is literally the first time you said something different. Big you up, the Spanish Tony Pulis. Why would he be asking these dodgy questions? If Manny or John RB or anyone else in the world wanted anything, surely they would say it themselves, no? What weirdness is this? How strange. But guys, stranger things have happened. Again, it's time to go. I will be back, of course, as always, 10 p.m. live tomorrow night. A Friday night show. I hate the old Friday nights. We'll have a little weekend warm-up, a preview to the weekend's games. Inappropriate photos. You're a classic, brother. You're an absolute classic. But guys, please hit the likes on the video. Do be subscribing if we is new. It's time to go. Peace out, everyone. Yeah. Arteta and Arsenal. They did what I said they would. They bottled it. Not only last season, this season at all. Ridiculous. Again, I'm not stupid enough to think that we'd actually go and sack Arteta and have some balls, you know what I mean? But again, someone, like, what's the director of football for? Do you know what I mean? At least advise Arteta. Don't go and waste money on Jacob or Trossard or Jorginho. That 52 mil could have been handy in the summer. The 35 mil for Vieira that he wasted, that could have been handy in the summer. Oh, I love that, mate. Mate, love the channel. The wife subscribed as well. Shouts out to you then, bros. I absolutely love that. What do you do? Make people's LinkedIn or whatever it's called accounts. Damn. But shouts out to you, bros. Please get a big like on the video and do be subscribing. You and your missus, as you are both new. Thank you so much. And guys, yeah, Chelsea next. I feel something strange is going to happen, innit? Especially if Mikhailo Mudryk or Aubameyang play, innit? Honestly, my heart and my head tells me this. I need to send a what? A piano to Mexico. Any advice? Well, I can't play the piano and I've never been to Mexico, but how do I answer that? What the fuck? Mate, are you going to fill it up with anything and then send it? Why would you want a plane in Mexico? Hey, each to their own, I suppose. Guys, please get a massive like. That is so strange. On the video, do be subscribing if we is new. Shouts out to all the real ones. I will be back at 10 p.m. tomorrow. Yeah, to talk about the obvious bottle job from Arsenal Football Club. Arteta, mate, I wouldn't be surprised. Give yourself a new 10-year deal. Do you know what I mean? The red carpet, the freedom of Islington and London. It's a bot.
I hear you, bro. Bro, nothing bothers me. Humans, bots, I don't give a damn, innit? What was I going to say? Yeah. And again, the realistic targets for next season. Again, next season is already in my mind. We've got no Champions League. We've got no Europa League. You know what I mean? I mean, no Europe, sorry. No FA Cup. So I don't really care as long as we remain in the top four. Do you know what I mean? Or finish in the top three, rather. So we don't have to qualify for the Champions League spot if we finish fourth. Boy, Newcastle on a great run. Do you know what I mean? It wouldn't surprise me if they even bloody nicked second off us. But guys, I'm gonna go. Please hit the likes on the video. Do be subscribing if you're new, and I'll see you tomorrow night. Peace out, real ones. What was that, brother? It's a bot, man. Yeah, screw him, innit? And shouts out to you, and definitely TikTok. Guys, go to the TikTok, Danny AFC TV. Please follow me there and get a like on the video. I've only got one, but I'm definitely going to go and drop a whole load of videos all over TikTok. Good night, people. Love to you all.